Good morning. I'd like to thank you all for coming out early on a Saturday morning for the first annual Naperville Park District State of the Park District presentation. I'm Mike Riley. I'm a commissioner, and I currently serve as president of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Okay, we've got a lot to cover this morning. We're going to take a look at achievements that were attained in 2010, some areas of working on continuous improvement, focus on golf, talk about some things that we're looking at for 2011, and talk about the leadership team. The Millennium Carillon's 10th anniversary in 2010 was marked with many memorable events and accomplishments throughout the year. Evan Lysacek Day, the hosting of the 68th Congress of the Guild of Carillonneurs in North America, and this was only the 5th time in the Guild's 77-year history that the Congress was held in Illinois. We had the debut of the Carillon around Halloween. Its acclaim as Chicago's favorite secret place by the Metropolitan Planning Council's competition, and television fame on WICU Channel 26 in the fall. So the Carillon certainly had its time in the spotlight. We kicked off 3 major projects in 2010. First, Centennial Beach. After gathering input from the community, especially beach patrons, for more than 2 years, in 2010, construction drawings were finalized, bids were secured, and construction began immediately following the conclusion of the beach's 2010 season. Renovations have been underway since Labor Day and will include a new front entry plaza, a new and much safer patron drop-off area, new bathhouse entrance, family changing rooms, improved locker facilities, a new concessions building, and much more. Since the bathhouse is central to the facility's history, great care was taken in designing the renovations to maintain the historical integrity of that key focal point. We look forward to hosting a grand reopening event at Centennial Beach around the Memorial Day holiday. The Nike Sports Complex expansion, which began after a summer 2010 groundbreaking event, is already 60% complete and is on track to be finished by this summer. The 20-acre expansion will nearly double the current facility's 25 acres and will add the district's first lighted synthetic turf field in addition to multi-purpose sports fields. Other additions will include lighted courts for tennis, basketball, and volleyball, a playground and walking trail, and the district's second cricket pitch will be located there. With regard to cricket, it's also worth noting that Naperville is the only park district in the country that has its own cricket league, so we have a little pride in that. Seeger Park. The project began with soliciting resident feedback during the planning phase. Area homeowners were very interested in the project and provided input regarding the park's plans that build upon Seeger's heritage and its reputation as a beautiful, natural area. Construction on the site improvements and the interpretive center, to be used for educational programming, began in November of last year. The Seeger Park project is expected to be completed by this fall, the fall of 2011. Additional site improvements will include a wildflower garden, native plantings, an exercise and walking trail, and relocating of the basketball and volleyball courts. The picnic pavilion, council ring, and other features that are enjoyed by many will remain. 2010 was also a year of celebrating with the community through the hosting of 12 playground ribbon-cutting events and the fall rededication of Winding Creek Park. 2010 proved to be an exciting year for Centennial Beach with record-setting attendance. The nice hot weather certainly didn't hurt. We welcomed more than 170,000 visitors to the beach last year, which is approximately a 38% increase over 2009 attendance numbers. So we look forward to seeing what the 2011 beach season will bring. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources awarded the district its 9th open space lands acquisition and development grant since 2001 for the development of Knock Park. The grant was for $400,000. This brings the Park District OSLAD grant total to $3.6 million over the past 10 years. The Knock Park project, which involves the redevelopment of the southern section of Knock Park on Martin Avenue, will renovate 3 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a playground, and a restroom building. New park features will include a picnic shelter and a half-mile loop trail. Additionally, sustainable features integrated into the park will help reduce future maintenance costs and continue the district's focus on environmental stewardship. Solar lighting in the parking lot, planting native prairie grasses along the path, and a cistern for collecting rainwater to be used for irrigation are all green features to be included. Naperville's trail system is a great illustration of local governments working together to effectively produce positive results for the community. In 2010, the Park District celebrated, along with the City of Naperville, DuPage County, and the Forest Preserve districts of Will and DuPage counties to expand the DuPage River Trail. 3 events were held during 2010 to mark the completion of 3 trail projects that added 3.8 additional miles and made a continuous path throughout the community in several of our parks. This ongoing improvement to expand our trail system will provide a safe, alternative method of transportation for our community while encouraging physical activity through walking, running, or biking on the trail system. The district renewed its AAA bond rating, which was first received in 2008. Our ability to maintain this level indicates several positive aspects regarding the financial resources of the district, which include well-maintained finances with healthy reserves, a diverse economy, base benefits from proximity to Chicago, and a favorable debt profile with minimal near-term borrowing plans. Also, the district received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. Since 1991, the district has consistently received this distinction that is given to organizations that exhibit excellence in creating and delivering a comprehensive and organized financial report. In May, the district became the first park district to receive the Earth Flag from DuPage County, and school and community assistance for recycling and composting education, also known as SCARES because it's a lot easier to say than the community assistance for resource and cycling. Receiving the flag was a culmination of the district's first year of environmental efforts, including education of staff, hard work on part of the district's cross-functional green team, and the enhancing of organizational efficiencies that also had an environmental benefit. A great example, and just one of the many green efforts undertaken by the district, was the restructuring of our quarterly program guide. Staff reworked the information to not only make it more user-friendly, but to significantly decrease the number of pages in each edition. After a year of improving the process and the publication, the district saved more than 2.4 million sheets of paper and over $30,000 in production costs. In the fall of 2010, the district submitted its impressive list of green achievements to the Illinois Association of Park Districts for consideration in the Best Green Practices category for their annual recognition program. As a result, the district received first runner-up in recognition of its environmental accomplishments. I think we have 2 of the best golf courses around, but I'm a little biased. It's nice though when the community tells you they think that we have 2 of the best golf courses around. Naperbrook was named favorite golf course by Naperville Glancer magazine readers, and Springbrook was honored as best golf course by Naperville magazine readers for the 2nd year in a row. And we hosted the Mayor's Golf Outing. One of the goals of the district's 5-year strategic plan focuses on continuous improvement. This is an essential aspect if an organization desires to see ongoing progress. In 2010, the district embarked upon several key projects related to continuous improvement. Our esteemed executive director, Ray McGurry, likes to say that you don't operate on yourself, so why would you conduct an operational assessment with staff resources? As a result, the district engaged Springstead, a consulting group with vast experience working with recreation agencies and helping them to strive to achieve best practices and efficient operations. The 6-month process had the consultants working with staff, board members, and some community members to delve into what makes the district tick. It was good to hear that we're already doing many things right. Springstead cited several examples of best practices that included our strategic planning process, strong financial management, a positive public image, and diversity of recreational opportunities. However, we didn't engage them just to give us a pat on the back. They also uncovered several areas where the district could improve, including succession planning, cross-functional management, clarifying the board's policymaking role in the district's mission, vision, and strategic goals. The district received the final report from Springstead last month, and staff and the board are already working on areas identified as needing improvement. As mentioned earlier, the district takes its role as an environmental steward very seriously. And with nearly 2 years of work by the employee-led green team under its belt, the district continued to make significant progress. Some of these accomplishments included shifting the district's paper to 30% recycled content, which added no cost and actually saved budget dollars. We had 100 more volunteers who participated in the district Earth Week than in 2009. New energy-efficient sports lighting was installed at South Knock Park. It's less costly and has a longer life. And the district implemented a holiday lights recycling project at several of its facilities through Elgin Recycling. A rebate of 15 cents per pound for the recycled lights will be received by the district, and these funds will be invested into materials needed for the new interpretive center at Seeger Park. It's also important to note that the district has historically operated with an exceptionally lean staff. This is illustrated by a 10-year history of staff and fiscal data. As an example, in 2002, the district had 118 parks and more than 23 acres of land. Fast forward to 2009, when the district had 138 parks in its inventory, or 20 more, encompassing more than 2,500 acres, but yet had 44 fewer employees. With significant improvements occurring to Centennial Beach, the expansion of Nike Sports Complex, Seeger Park improvements, and more to come, the time has come to address the district's need to augment staff in order to adequately support these new recreational amenities. Before I say anything about golf's progress, I need to emphasize something of importance. For those of you that are not aware, both of our golf courses are not tax supported. Rather, they are part of an enterprise fund, which means that golf operations are funded solely through greens fees and other golf-related purchases. Not all municipal courses operate this way. In fact, relatively few do, so it's important that people understand that distinction. It's no surprise that the golf market as a whole has been struggling as a result of the tough economic times of the past few years. Our courses have experienced struggles, but I'm pleased to report that the Golf Enterprise Fund was profitable in 2009 and profitable in 2010. The profitability of the courses was due to a couple of main factors. Following an operational assessment conducted in early 2009, the golf courses were charged with enhancing their operation and identifying efficiencies. This resulted in eliminating some positions, but this occurred mainly through cutting operating expenses. Additionally, the courses have done an excellent job under Ed Provo's leadership to take a close look at their maintenance processes, and were able to bring some practices in-house in order to realize significant savings. Currently, the golf department is in the process of writing a 5-year business plan in an effort to strategically manage the future success of our courses within the context of new economic reality. The Park District's success relies heavily on community involvement, whether through our strong network of community partners or our active and growing core of volunteers. Naperville is a community that sees cooperation as fundamental and tantamount to its success. Not surprisingly, the Park District relies heavily on community partnerships in order to accomplish many of the goals relative to serving our residents. From the forest preserve districts who were integral in making our community's trail expansion a reality, to the tri-party agreement that manages the community's crown jewel, the Riverwalk, to the tri-party agreement with the City and Millennium Carillon Foundation to oversee one of the most unique instruments, not only locally, but around the world. Community partnerships help us make things happen. I also tip my hat to both Naperville school districts, 204 and 203, for the strong intergovernmental cooperation we have that gives us the ability to host many of our programs at their facilities. And last, but certainly not least, Western DuPage Special Recreation Association is an integral part of helping those in the special needs community also enjoy the tremendous benefits associated with recreation. The Naperville Park District alone could not provide the types of services we offer to our special needs community without WDSRA. The Park District's volunteer program continues to experience growth, and it's a wonderful thing to see. You know, the district relies heavily on volunteers to make its programs run. Coaches for soccer, t-ball, coach pitch, and several other sports are volunteers. Volunteers also make great things happen in our parks, from mulching trails to trimming foliage, pulling weeds, and planting. These committed individuals make our parks important centers of enjoyment. And volunteers are also a big component in making our special events like concerts in the park, Halloween happening, and Santa House successful. In 2010, the district's volunteer force totaled 3,800 people, which was a 15% increase over 29 volunteer numbers. The total volunteer hours given to the Park District last year was 77,775. It's valued at more than $1.7 million. And this data doesn't even take into account the time and talent supplied by our elected Board of Commissioners, all of whom were volunteers of the Park District. We recognize that our volunteers are such an integral part of what we do as an organization that we're looking for ways to continue to expand this program in the future. As a result, the district will be hiring a part-time coordinator in 2011 to give our volunteer program the time and attention it needs to flourish. The district is beginning an ambitious process to attain national accreditation through the Commission for Accreditation of Park and Recreation Agencies, also known as CAPRA. Some may question the need for a park district to pursue an endeavor of this kind. However, with Naperville having made its mark across the country with recognition given to the city, our libraries, school district, chamber of commerce, and healthcare organization, the Park District would be in great company. We may believe internally that the Naperville Park District is the best at providing recreation services. However, in order to be acknowledged as the best, we need to be evaluated by an objective third party. Staff already is making progress towards national recognition, and the goal is to be officially accredited by this fall. With Centennial Beach and the Nike Sports Complex expansion having achieved 50% and 60% completion respectively, these projects will continue through the remainder of winter and spring. As mentioned earlier, we will celebrate the newly enhanced Centennial Beach during a Memorial Day weekend family celebration. Nike Sports Complex will be officially opened in mid to late summer with a big community event. Progress on Seeger Park site improvements, including the construction of the Interpretive Center, will continue, and completion is expected by this fall, at which time the district will host an opening event. The ultimate success of these projects will require that they are completed and officially opened on time and under budget. This year, the Park District will renovate 4 playgrounds at Nike Park, which is not the sports complex, Burr Oak, Queensberry Green, and Spring Hill Greenway. All locations will be officially opened with the playground ribbon cutting later this year. Once the snow clears and it warms up, this works occasionally, so. Once the snow clears and it warms up, we'll also be planning celebration events for 2 projects that were completed late in 2010. The South Trail at Wildflower Park and the playground at Willoway Park. Additionally, the Oslot improvements to South Knock Park will begin after Ribfest. It's no secret that the district has managed some turbulent times over the past decade with frequent changes in leadership. However, the organization clearly is on a much more solid footing, and great things are being accomplished by the district on behalf of the community it serves. This progress is due to several key reasons. When Ray McGurry...
I didn't give permission for that.
When Ray McGurry joined the district as its executive director in the fall of 2008, the organization immediately benefited from his good name and strong community presence. Since then, Ray's continued involvement and dedication to serving the community has helped the district establish stability and confidence as an important organization. When the district conducted its Community Interest and Opinion Survey in 2009, an initiative that's undertaken every 2 to 3 years, the district was given an 85% approval rating by survey residents. This indicated that more than 4 in 5 residents have a favorable opinion of the Naperville Park District. This score is virtually identical to that of local schools and more favorable than other local bodies tested, all of which received strong scores. We also continue to survey our program participants, and scores for the winter-summer 2010 indicated a 90.67 satisfaction rate. Part of what's created more effective leadership are process improvements that enhance the way the Board of Commissioners and the leadership team work together. When the strategic plan was adopted in late 2009, each and every goal in the plan was then linked to a committee. The committees are comprised of 2 commissioners and appropriate staff. The committees serve as incubators for ideas, policies, and projects that may ultimately come before the full board for action. Initial discussion and framing of the items is done here, and if the committee feels it has merit and also has been adequately worked up, it moves on to be an agenda item at a special meeting of the Board of Commissioners or workshop where it is discussed by the entire board. By the way, I should mention that all of these meetings are all open meetings. They're posted. They're all open meetings. If the consensus of the board is that the item warrants action, it is then placed on the agenda for the next regular meeting. This process provides a good platform for ideas and projects and offers commissioners ample opportunity to gather the details they need in order to make an informed decision in a timely manner. It also enables the board to work with staff on a more strategic, collaborative level while leaving the details of the day-to-day to them, the experts in their respective areas. Additionally, process improvements like moving up the capital budget planning to earlier in the year aids in creating a smoother process with ample time to ask important questions and make information-based decisions. I also want to mention another important contributor to our effective working relationship, and that is our legal counsel, Ansel Glink. When we went through a very thorough RFP process for legal services in 2009, it led to a very difficult decision by the board to move from the law firm we had been doing business with for many years. While it was tough to make that decision, the board and staff are unanimous that it was the right decision. I want to thank Dirk Price, Rob Bush, Carrie Lynn Krefthaffer, and all the people at Ansel Glink who provide excellent responsive counsel to us and provide excellent value to the taxpayers. Now that we have stable leadership and have been operating in a mode of progress and accomplishment, we can focus on the community better and more efficiently and with greater focus. Additionally, as I mentioned previously, pursuing recognition on a national scale is a key goal for the organization. Thus, the district is embarking on repositioning itself and looking at everything from its program offerings to its mission and vision to its marketing. According to Dr. John Compton, distinguished professor at Texas A&M University and noted parks and recreations professional, it's essential for recreation providers to position themselves to closely align with sociological issues and corresponding needs. There's no disputing that both adult and childhood obesity is an ongoing and serious problem for our country. Additionally, as the baby boomers continue to age, social isolation is seen as a potential issue that will need to be addressed. The good news is that the Naperville Park District already provides hundreds of solutions for keeping both minds and bodies active and healthy. Our walking and biking trails and athletic programs for all ages, our wide variety of arts programs, and seemingly endless opportunities to socialize, stay connected, and be active all encourage health and wellness. Best of all, Park District programs are competitively priced. Additionally, many of our seasonal events like the Kite Fly Festival, concerts in your park, Halloween Happening, and Santa House are free and offer great opportunities for connecting with others within the communities. In other words, the Naperville Park District is committed to serving as a central contributor to alleviating problems in our community. Our funds are invested in solutions. That concludes the State of the Naperville Park District address. Thank you all very much, and let's go play.